So,
all right.
Listen,
we got Bianca Belair versus Asuka with only 5 minutes left in the show, man.
Becky, you're flustered. You've been very irate ever since Asuka came out and basically upstaged you a few weeks ago.
She didn't upstage me. What are you talking about? Nobody upstages big time. Becky, she came out. She came out and she disrespected me. There's a big difference, Byron.
I mean, Asuka's had one
Becky
match
Lynch
since
with
she's
this hockey
returned.
visor
Now she
on,
has an
so
opportunity for a
football
championship
visor.
opportunity. Becky, let me ask you a question the right way. Why is it that seemingly every woman on the roster is obsessed with making their own names at your expense?
I don't know. Well, it's a quick way to make a name for yourself.
True.
I make people famous.
Right.
I make them better, and then I beat them. And that's what happens. And that's what should have happened at WrestleMania. And that's what should be happening right now. I should be the one fighting for this opportunity.
Kick out from the champ, but you're not because you lost at WrestleMania, Becky.
I already explained this to you, Byron. I lost because I was distracted, but I dominated that match. I dominated that match. She came out with an army. I was on my own. I was a Lone Ranger.
I apologize for Byron Saxton. We don't claim him here at the desk.
Look at the athleticism, the ability of Bianca Belair. A great move by Asuka.
Strong kick flattens the Raw Women's Champion and a sliding knee by
To the
Asuka.
cover, hook in the leg. Kick out from Bianca Belair. So far, no ring rust from Asuka. Despite, as you said, Corey, only one match.
You know who didn't have ring rust when they came back? Me, after having a child, won the title on my first night, 26 seconds. You remember that?
That was absolutely amazing.
Let's talk about that for a second. You basically did the same thing that Asuka did to you. You surprised Bianca Belair, who wasn't expecting you, and you won that championship in 26 seconds.
Roll up from Asuka.
Uh-oh. Kick out just in time to the armbar.
Transition.
I hadn't handed Bianca my title beforehand. I deserve more respect than that, okay, Byron?
Triangle transition now from Asuka.
Absolutely true. It was a magnanimous, selfless act from you, Becky, to present Asuka respectfully with your women's championship at the time. And it is
Bianca. Pulling hard on the triangle. And, oh, my God, the power of Bianca Belair. Looking to rampage her way out, and she does. Becky, you have felt that power before.
Byron, Becky just passed me a note asking that you no longer speak about her.
Becky just got herself into the match. Done with commentary, I see.
I ask myself this question: why are you booking these matches if you can't?
Becky Lynch couldn't even sit by and let the spotlight be on someone else. Be on Asuka. Be on Bianca Belair. No, it's got to be about big time Bex.
Asuka called Becky a crybaby earlier. After the most selfless act of Becky Lynch's career.
Taking it out on Asuka. But Becky can't handle a little name calling now. Is that where we're at?
Becky simply believes she deserves better treatment. Right now, it's Asuka looking like a baby.
She believes in her comeback. She believes she's destined to reclaim her title, and Asuka's in the way. She's trying to show her now. Manhandle slam.
The rock bottom, okay.
Becky Lynch did not want any chance of Asuka earning an opportunity.
And that is the presence of big-time Bex as part of the Raw Women's Division. Let me re-say it. As the face of the Raw Women's Division.
The face is the champion right now.
Well, right now the champion just was running to the steel ring
I
stairs.
ask myself this question, man. Like, why would you put the match? And you only make this main event, wait,
Asuka,
3 minutes?
by the woman.
Why would you put this match at 9:55 and it ends at 9:58?
Next week we have an epic showdown.
It is a steel cage match. It is official. The almighty Bobby Lashley one-on-one versus the Nigerian giant Omos. Those two locked inside of the steel cage. MVP locked out of the steel cage. No interference, no controversy, just two big badasses throwing down on Monday night.
Start investing.
Hold on. Wow, so you put this main event on at 9:55 p.m. It's 10 o'clock right now. You put this main event on at 9:55 p.m. just for it to end in a DQ and just for it to end at 9:58 p.m. This match did not even go past 3 minutes. Waste of our time. If you was gonna book this match, why did you start the match at 9:40? 9:45. Give them 10, 13 minutes. Or 9:35. I would have taken 9:35, 9:30. But I don't get it. She really goes to show that women's wrestling is not a priority. You got Alexa Bliss squashing Sonya Deville in 1 minute. You got Sasha Banks and Naomi beating Doudrop and Nikki Cross in 3 minutes. 3, 4, 5 minutes. None of the women's matches on tonight's show went past 5 minutes. Really goes to show you how much women's wrestling is. Women's wrestling is not a priority in WWE. Nope. What about tomorrow? Because NXT tomorrow, they put three women's matches. They put 3 women's matches. How much you want to bet? None of these 3 matches goes past 5 minutes. I guarantee you. Maybe 1 match. And you got the breakout tournament starting tomorrow. These matches need to be going past 10 to 15 minutes. I'm telling you, man. We're going back to that Divas era, man. I'm telling you. It's that Divas vibe. Looks over wrestling. Ooh, women's... you got the people saying on social media, oh, women's sexuality over women's wrestling. You know what? I'm not even gonna mention other company's name. I'm not gonna mention. I'm not mentioning what Impact did. I'm not mentioning what AEW does. I'm not mentioning any company. I'm gonna just keep it strictly WWE. WWE does not value women's wrestling. This is John Laurinaitis' new vision. I remember a company that gave me Sasha Banks versus Bayley. One of the best women's matches of all time in WWE history. I remember a company that just gave me Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. A company that gave me Amber Moon versus Asuka. Asuka versus Nikki Cross. I remember those days. But with the roster that you have, I mean, you could be number 2 in the women's division. But WWE's women's division is just last. It is dead last. You can have the best women's division in North America if you just try. If you just put in effort with consistent booking. You could have beaten AEW as having the best women's division in North America. You're not beating Impact, and I know I wasn't gonna mention neither company, but you're not beating Impact. Nobody is. You're not beating Impact. And they got some really cool stuff coming up for Slammiversary. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's some really cool stuff for the knockouts coming up at Slammiversary, man. Has something to do with Tasha Steelz and Deonna Purrazzo. Something cool coming up. Something cool. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. But you know, I just wish WWE would put passion into women's wrestling, tag team wrestling. I just feel like WWE doesn't care about these things. They stopped caring. Women's wrestling is not a priority. Tag team wrestling is not a priority. Championships are not a priority. It's like, what is a priority in WWE? What is the main priority? Is it just looks? Is it just ass and titties? I don't get it. Women's wrestling is not a priority in WWE, man. It's just really not a priority probably in the pro wrestling scene, honestly. Honestly, women's pro wrestling is not a priority in the pro wrestling scene, in the entire pro wrestling scene. Other than Impact, honestly, Impact is the only company that shows that women's wrestling is a priority. No other company shows it. Other companies do not show it. Maybe NWA, but I don't watch NWA. Stardom, I don't watch Stardom. I'm talking about North America. North American pro wrestling does not make the indies, of course the indies and Impact, but MOW probably. But it just seems like the mainstream ones doesn't value it. They don't value women's wrestling. They don't value it. Pro wrestling needs to get better, man. Pro wrestling just needs to get better. And honestly, pro wrestling has been dead for a couple weeks, honestly. People are finding the NHL playoffs more entertaining. People are finding the NBA playoffs more entertaining. And you wonder why you don't get the ratings that you want. Because you don't book consistently. You don't knock it out the park. If the product is good, the ratings will go up. Stop using the NBA and the NHL playoffs as an excuse to why the ratings are down. Maybe the products are just stale. The products are just stale. It's not consistent. It's lazy booking. It's just stale. People are finding the NBA playoffs more entertaining. People are finding the NHL more entertaining than pro wrestling. It will pick back up. But these companies are just stale, man. Stale booking. I mean, Impact is the only one that has been consistent lately. But pro wrestling is just stale right now. It's just stale. Products are not good. The products are just stale. Sorry, but that's the cold hard truth. It would pick back. It pick back up around Double or Nothing time. June is a busy month for pro wrestling. June and July are the busiest month. Will be busy month for pro wrestling. But the products are just stale, man. They're just stale. Lazy booking, consistent, storylines not being consistent, championships aren't meaning nothing. Sorry, but that's just the truth. We got Double or Nothing coming up in a couple weeks, and then the next Sunday, June 5th, we got Hell in a Cell. Then we take a Sunday off in June. June 19th, Slammiversary. June 26th, Forbidden Door. July 2nd, Money in the Bank. July 30th, SummerSlam. A lot of shows coming up, man. But pro wrestling, man, it's just stale. Both major company products are just stale, man. They're just stale. I know I was gonna mention other companies, but I just had to. It's just I had to get my words out. That's just the truth, man. Pro wrestling as a whole is just stale, as of right now. Other than that, man, that's it. That's all I got for you tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, I was gonna start the new series, but it looks like since the NHL and NBA playoffs are going on, you know, like I said, many people are entertained by the NHL and NBA playoffs more than pro wrestling. So I'm gonna hold off on the Throwback Watch Along series until both separate brands playoffs end. Like the NBA, once the NBA playoffs are over, once the NHL playoffs are over, then we'll bring the watch alongs. So yeah. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna take off tomorrow. No NXT. I'm not covering NXT. So I'll just take off tomorrow. Or if I do a live stream, then I might just do an AEW Dark watch along. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but since Dark starts early and all that stuff, we might just do an AEW Dark watch along. So yeah. Even though I don't watch Dark like that, but hey, it is what it is. But other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe for an AEW Dark watch along. If not, I'll see you guys Wednesday for Dynamite. All right, take care, be safe, stay healthy. God bless y'all. I love y'all, and have a good rest of your night. I'll see y'all later. Love y'all.